Hey there, today on Isle of Games we will be looking at how to level up a spellcaster. Leveling up a spellcaster is very similar to leveling up a non-spellcaster or a martial class, but there are a few extra things to pay attention to, so if you haven't seen our how to level up video, we will be covering much of the same ground, plus all the additional things to level up a spellcaster. Additionally, because we are leveling up our level 1 Goblin Wizard Fuzuki, we will also be covering some of what we talked about in the in the subclasses video. So if you haven't seen those, I suggest you check those out for a more thorough examination of those topics. And if you have, some of this is going to be review. So to start off with, we're going to go back to our 5e Tools mirror. We're going to go into classes and we're going to select the wizards. Now, for the purposes of expediency, we have already chosen our wizard's level 2 arcane tradition, their subclass. It's going to be an enchantment wizard. If you would like to compare more than one subclass, all you need to do is click on these little things, all the little names of subclasses, until the ones you want turn blue, and then click on subclass comparison to bring up a side-by-side for all that these lovely little subclasses can do. But we will just be focusing on enchantment for now. Now, the key to leveling up a spellcaster rather than a martial class, there are two key differences that we'll go over right now. The first is you want to consult this chart at the top of every class list in 5e Tools. This chart tells you how many cantrips you know. Now you can see from first level to second level, the number of cantrips we know stays the same. So we don't have to worry about that this time. However, if we were reaching level 4, we would have to remember to get ourselves an additional cantrip. What does happen is you can see we increase in spell slots, which will increase automatically when we level up on the Roll20 character sheet. But what doesn't increase automatically, and what you have to pay attention to, is your number of spells known. In the wizard, it is located here on learning spells of first level or higher. Every time we gain a wizard level, we add 2 wizard spells of our choice to our spell book. So we will be doing that shortly by going over here and going to spells, and we will select 2 level 1 wizard spells by going to filter, level 1, and wizard, and clicking save. And then we have all the level 1 wizard spells available to us. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, it is prudent to go back here to our character sheet, click the gearbox next to background, and change our wizard level to level 2. You will notice that this increases our hit dice number to 2. We must then increase our hit dice to match that total, so 2 and 2. Additionally, we do not see any increase in our hit points, so we must do that manually. We will be doing the averages, so that is half of the d6, or 3, plus 1, plus our constitution of 3, so that's going to be plus 7, for a total of 16 hit points. Oops, 16, not 26, we are. That would be a lot of hit points for an early level wizard, wouldn't it? And then we will begin by adding in our usual subclass things, such as the Enchantment Savant ability, which gives us a discount on learning enchantment spells. So that is always fun. We can set this to class and to wizard 2, like we usually do and have done in all of our other videos. And the next ability, which is Hypnotic Gaze. And we will just bring that over. Hypnotic Gaze lets us manipulate creatures. With a saving throw. So we will be programming that in just a few moments. So this doesn't have a class resource on it. It's just once per creature per long rest, so it's not really a class resource. So we will add in Hypnotic Gaze to our list of abilities here in attacks and spellcasting by clicking the little addition button, typing in Hypnotic Gaze. It's not an attack, so we will ignore it. That will disable the attack. There is no damage, but there is a saving throw that is Wisdom versus Spell. And it will write not charmed, because if you succeed the save, you are not charmed. And so that should be a functioning Hypnotic Gaze. It does look a little weird because there is no damage or anything listed here, because it is a non-damaging ability, but one which is prudent to keep up here anyway because of the saving throw type roll. So finally with that, oops, I should click on this button again. I always click off of it too soon. This little tag button, we should make sure to mark down that we are an enchantment wizard with our subclass, so that it shows up here as class and level enchantment wizard 2. I do like to forget to do that for really no apparent reason. And then we sort of come back over here to our spells, and we'll see that since we have officially leveled up, our spell slots total has gone up from 2 to 3, just like this chart here indicated that it would, from 2 to 3. And so we will just simply increase our total slots from 2 slots to 3 slots. And we will just quickly acquire 2 more spells for our lovely little friend. I am thinking we will give him Alarm and Shield, as those spells should both be fairly easily located within this compendium here. We just type into the compendium whatever we want to come out, and as you can see, spells shield, click and drag until it accepts the drop from the compendium, and voila, we have the 2 things we need. We will then unlock this just to get everything nice and back into alphabetical order, like so. And another thing that I should mention at this point here about spellcasters is that some spellcasters have what is referred to as prepared spells. These are the spells that a spellcaster has access to on any given day, that they have chosen to have access to through preparation. And then there are known spells, which are all the spells that the spellcaster knows. This list of wizard spells is a list of spells that the wizard knows. However, the wizard can only have a number of spells prepared equal to their intelligence modifier, which for us is, looking back here, a 3. Their intelligence modifier plus their level, which is 2 for our guy, so we can only have 5 spells prepared. And a good way to mark that down is to click these little buttons next to the spell names. That will let you know what spells you have prepared that day, and you can always just say click off of one and click on another, like so. And with that, that should be everything you need to know about leveling up a spellcaster. Be sure to keep track of when your cantrips and spells increase and by how much, especially if you end up increasing in spell level, like if we were to get access to 2nd level spells here. That would be increasingly important, as your number of spells would be limited across all spell slots, as opposed to, as it is now, just all in one level 1 section. But with that, we have been Isle of Games. We hope you have found the information in this video useful. Thank you for listening to us, and goodbye.